Hello guys, welcome to Efe's Food Kitchen. In today's video I'm going to be showing how I made shortbread cookies in two different flavors. So in front of you are the different shapes that I made these cookies in. As you can see, some are round, some are different shapes, some are different flavors, chocolates and plain vanilla. So Christmas is just around the corner, so this is a perfect recipe to make for your friends and family. So if you want to see how I made these cookies, continue watching the video. And here are the finished cookies. Here it is, the cookies as they came out of the oven. So if you'd be interested to see the entire process from start to finish, please stay with me from beginning to end of this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is wash my hands. And next I'm going to do is take my rings off, because these rings, they trap germs and dirt. And I'm ready to cook. So in this video I'm going to be making two types of shortbread. I'm going to be making vanilla shortbread, and I'm also going to be making chocolate chip shortbread. So in front of you, you have a cup and a half of softened salted margarine. So if you were using non-salted, so you will have to use a bit of salt, but because I am using salted, I don't have to use salt. To this I am going to be adding a cup of granulated sugar. So I'm going to pour that in. And I'm going to give that a whisk with an electric whisk. So I want to whisk it till it turns pale in color. I'm going to add the flour, and for this recipe I am going to be using half a cup of rice flour and 3 cups of all-purpose flour, in other words plain flour. When you see in recipes they say all-purpose, it simply means plain flour. So I'm going to be adding it bit by bit, and I'm also going to be adding the rice flour as well. So basically you want to put it in till it forms something like a dough. So that's the pieces, as you can see. We don't want that, and I'm going to continue doing that. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm just going to add a little bit more, just a little tiny bit, and that's it. So now I'm going to add my vanilla to this. First of all, before I add the vanilla, I'm going to mix it properly first in till it's well combined. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have another bowl here. So what I'm going to do is divide the dough into two equal parts. So one is going to be for the chocolate and the other one is going to be for the vanilla. So I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla. So this is a teaspoon measurement. So I'm going to put half, which is this. And then in the other one, I'm going to put the chocolate chip. So basically, this shortbread is just a blank canvas. You can add anything you want. You can add any flavoring you want. You can do lemon. You can do, I don't know, caramel, anything you want. You know, just let your imagination run wild. So this is a chocolate chip. One is a chocolate chip and one is a vanilla. So I'm going to mix that. And there you have it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in cling film wraps and put them in the fridge for 30 minutes to set, and I'll be back. So this is the vanilla and this is the chocolate chip, and they go in the fridge for 30 minutes and then we'll be ready to roll and make our cookies. So see you back in 30 minutes, guys. So that's the pan I'm going to use for my shortbread cookies. So I'm first of all going to grease it with some sunflower oil spray, cooking spray. Then I'm going to put the greaseproof paper. And there you have it. So that's our pan. I'm not going to put any oil because this is greaseproof paper, so nothing is going to stick to it. So I'm ready to bring out our doughs from the fridge. They've been chilling now for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to bring them out and start rolling them. I'm ready to roll this dough now. So I'm going to start with the chocolate chip one. And I'm going to be using the greaseproof paper to roll it so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin because it's quite soft. So I'm going to put another one on top of it. I'll press it down first and then I'm going to roll it. See, nothing's sticking. If I didn't use the greaseproof paper, trust me, it will all stick together. And I don't want anything to stick. Yes. And I don't want to add any extra flour if I don't need to. You know, the biscuit will be, the shortbread will be too hard. And this is not biscuit, this is more like cookies. And they're supposed to be soft, not hard like stone. So that's the kind of thickness we want. We want something that is not too thin. Because if you make it too thin, then it will be too... I've not decided what size of cookie cutter I am going to use. So I'm not sure. I decided to go with this one. This is not too big, not too small. So I'm going to use the fluted bits for it. I've always liked shortbread, especially during Christmas time. You know, Christmas is just around the corner. So this would be a perfect recipe to make at home for your visitors. I was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cookies from this one. I'm just going to gather the excess up. So I'm going to use this spatula to lift it up. It's quite delicate, so you have to be careful with it. Very careful. So I'm going to continue doing this until it's done. So when I finish with the chocolates, the cookies, chocolate chip cookies one, then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the vanilla one as well. I'll show you a trick because I don't really want to roll this, so I'm going to divide it into 2. Roll it into a perfect ball shape, and roll this one as well to a perfect ball shape. And here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use a fork and press it down and press it down. How cool is that? Then we have another shape of cookies and different design. So I'm going to do the same with this as well. So this is ready to go into the oven, but I'm going to put it aside until I finish with the vanilla one. So in the same way that I did this one, I'm going to do this one. I might even do those ones in a different shape. It depends on how I feel. Okay, we'll see. So this is the vanilla one. For this one, I decided that I'm going to do it just in plain round shape. So instead of using the fluted bits, I'm going to use the plain bits. So I'm ready to roll now. Rock and roll. I'm going to use my hand to press it down. So it's quite easy because this fruit paper is quite oily. So I'm going to use my hand to help me out a bit. Okay, I'm going to roll it. So now it's easier for me to roll it. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. I don't want to roll it too thin because shortbread is not supposed to be thin. It's not biscuit. Because if you make it too thin, then it will be like biscuit, and it's not biscuit, it's cookies. So I'm going to use the other bits to I think I can get one from here. Let me see. One from here? I don't know. Well, so guys, as you can see, this is the plain vanilla one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a design. I'm going to screen the edges, which is traditionally done. That's how the shortbread is traditionally done. I'm going to screen the edges like you would if you were making meat pie. So you can just play around with it, just screen it. So there, that's how it looks. So I'm going to use a skewer to make some holes. Not too much holes. I don't want to go wild here. Just 4. And I'm not going to brush it with any butter or anything like that. So that's the plain one. So for this one, I've already lined this tin with a spray. I lined it with this. I sprayed some of this sunflower cooking spray on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the dough. It's quite soft. So I'm going to use my hand to guide me through. And then I'm going to use my spatula to try and smoothen it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's homemade, so homemade is different from something you buy in a bakery because you made it yourself. So I'm going to try as possible, much as possible, to try and make it smooth. So I'm going to use the end of the spatula to try and smoothen it out as much as I can. So now that you have it, I'm going to cut it into squares. Traditionally it's cut into like triangles, but I'm going to cut this into squares. I don't know if I can make it into triangles. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. No, I'll cut it into squares instead. Then divide them into 2. This is the middle bit, so yeah. So as you can see, today we made different shapes of shortbread. And that's it. So I'm gonna use the skewer again and put some dots into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the oven has been preheating at 160 degrees. I'm going to be baking it for 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm putting it straight into the oven now. And I'll see you when it's ready. Cookies, the shortbread cookies are ready. So let me show you what it looks like. I'm just going to break one off so you see how soft and buttery it is. That's one. See, it's not crunchy. Shortbread shouldn't be crunchy. See, it's nice and soft and buttery. I'll show you the ones that I made already. And there you have it, guys. You can see different shapes and sizes. These are the rectangular ones, the different shape ones, the chocolate shape ones, and the ones, so different shapes and sizes. So those are shortbread cookies, guys, made in 2 different ways. So guys, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends and family. And if this is your first time dropping by, please, my name is Efe. You can subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel to grow. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.